Alrighty, hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for coming back for part 2 for a Peachy Twinkle set. So we just finished the dress. Now we are going to work on the apron set. So get your supplies together and let's get started. Alrighty, so to get started with our apron, we're going to get our white yarn and we're going to start with a chain of 53. So if you guys want to pause this video and get your chain done and then come back, and we're going to get started with row 1. So row 1, we are going to half double crochet into the 3rd chain from our hook. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to half double crochet into there. And we're going to half double crochet into the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come on now. So we have our first 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So the next chain, we're going to work 3 half double crochets into that. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to half double crochet into the next 12 chains. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm going to do that off camera, okay? So half double into the next 12 chains and I'll be right back. Alright, so I just worked that 12th half double. Now into the next chain, we're going to work 3 half doubles. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to half double into the next 12 chains. 2. Alright, I'm going to get my 12 done and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got that 12th half double done. 12th half double done. So now what we're going to do is 3 half double into the next chain. 1, 2, 3. And now half double into your next 12 chains. So once again, I'm going to get that done off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just worked that 12th half double and now we should have 7 chains left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, into the next chain, we're going to work 3 half doubles. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to half double into the last 6 chains. Stuck on my tinsel. 2, 3, 4, 5, and into the last one is our 6. Okay, that is the end of row 1. And this is what our piece should look like. Makes a little square. Okay, so let's move on to row 2. Row 2, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to half double into the very first half double crochet, so right into that very first stitch. I'm stuck on a piece of tinsel again. Alright, now we're going to half double into the next 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time right now. Dang it. Okay. Alright. So we should have 7 half doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. So into the next half double, we're going to work 3 half doubles. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to half double into the next 14 half doubles. I'm going to cut that little piece of tinsel. It's going to drive me nuts. Alright, so off camera, I'm going to work a half double into the next 14 half double crochets, okay? So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my 14 half doubles made. So into the next half double, we're going to work 3 half doubles. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, now work a half double into the next 14. I'll be right back. Alright, so I did the 14 half double, and one more time. Into the next one, we're going to work 3 half double. Alright, now half double into the next 14. I'm going to get that done. I'll be right back. Alright, I've got those 14 done. So into the next half double, we're going to work our 3 half double. 2 and 3. And now we should have 7 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's 6, and then the chain we skipped at the beginning is where our 7th one is going to go. Okay? So half double into the next 6. Oops, messed that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I have one little half double right there for 6, and then the chain we skipped at the beginning right there, see it? Right there's one and right there's one. That's where our 7th one is going to go into. So it may be a little tight. I'm just going to go through one loop of the chain with the 7th, just like that. Alright, that's the end of round 2, row 2. So we can chain 1 and turn, and for row 3 we're going to half double crochet right back into that last half double that we worked. So right into the very first one we're going to work a half double. Now half double into the next 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so into the next half double, we're going to work 2 half double, then a double. So this next one's getting 3, but it's getting 1, 2 half doubles, and go back in there with 1 double. Okay, we are going to skip the next 2, and into the next, we're going to work 5 double crochet. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sorry about that. I had to get adjusted. I wasn't sitting very comfortable. Okay, so we just worked 2 half double into there, then a double, skip 2, 5 double crochet. So we're going to skip 2, 5 double into the next. Three, 4, and 5. Skip 2, 5 double into the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more for 5. So we have 1, 2, 3. We need 5 double crochet shells. So we only have 3. So we need to skip 2, 5 double into the next. One, get out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We need 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So skip 2, 5 double crochet into the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 more for 5. Alright, so we are going to skip the next stitch, and into the next we're going to work a 1 double crochet, and then go back in there with 2 half doubles. 1, I split that, and there's my second half double. Now half double, I got an itch, my eye, sorry. Alright, so now we're going to half double into the next 16 stitches, okay? So I'm going to get that done off camera, and yeah, I'm going to get my 16 half double crochet done, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just worked that 16th half double, and into the next we're going to work 2 half doubles, and then go right back in there with 1 double. Skip the next, and then we're going to work 5 double crochet into the next. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip the next, 5 double into the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys work this. I'm gonna work mine off camera, but all we're doing is we need 5 shells, 5 double crochet shells, and we've only got 2, so we skip 5 double, skip 5 double, skip 5 double, and repeat that until you have, I just realized I'm supposed to skip 2, not 1. I'm sorry. So I'm going to pull out those shells I just worked. Sorry about that, guys. It was supposed to be 2. So we just worked the 16 half double into the next with a 2 half doubles and a double. Skip 2, then work your shell. Ugh. I hate it when I do that. What is that? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip 2, 5 double. That's right. I'm sorry I messed that up. Ugh. Alright, so I'm gonna let you guys finish your last 3 off camera. Skip 2, 5 double. Skip 2, 5 double. Skip 2, 5 double, okay? Sorry about that. Alright, I'm gonna get mine done off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my 5 double crochet shells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, now we only skip 1 and into the next a double, and go right back in there with 2 half doubles. Oh, that was a double. Alright, so we worked our last shell, skip 1, double, half double, all into that next stitch, and now we should have 8 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the very last one is that little one on the side for 8. Sorry I messed that up, you guys. Alright, now we're just going to half double into the last 8. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and into that very last one, 4, 8. Okay, so what we just did are these little shells are going to be the shoulder of the apron. About said Afghan. Alright, so we are going to move on to round 4. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. Chain 1 and turn. Half double crochet into the very first, and then half double into the next 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we're going to excuse me, we're going to chain 2, and we're going to single crochet into the next. Now we're going to single crochet where you can see we're to the shell. We're going to single crochet into that first double crochet of the shell, chain 2. Now we're going to single into the next double crochet of the shell, chain 2, single into the next double crochet of the shell, chain 2, single into the next, chain 2, and single crochet into the next. Well, that's the last double crochet of that shell. So we're just adding a little ruffle at the top of that shell. Alright, now we're just going to repeat that same thing across each, well, over each of these shells. So we just singled, so we're going to chain 2 and single, chain 2 and single, and just repeat that across all the remaining 4 shells, okay? So I will meet you when we get to that last shell. Okay, so I just worked across the top of all of those doubles and those shells, and my 5 shells right there. Alright, now we're going to single crochet into the next. So I should have said this, I'm sorry. Into the very last double crochet of that 5th shell, I single crocheted. And now we're going to single crochet into the next stitch. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bump my phone. And we're going to chain 2, and now we're going to half double crochet into the next 20 stitches. So I am going to let you guys do that off camera, but I'm just half double into the next 20. Oh, this yarn. Alright, I will be right back. Okay, so now I half double crocheted into those next 20 stitches, and now we are going to chain 2, single crochet into the next, and now we're to our shells again, so I'm going to single crochet into that first double crochet of the first shell, chain 2, single into the next double of the shell, chain 2. So go ahead and repeat that again across the 5 shells, each double crochet of each shell, and I will meet you when I get to the very last shell, okay? Okay, so I worked the single, chain 2 across my 5, well, no, I only did it into 4. So I singled into that second to last, chain 4, and now I'm going to single into the last double. Now I'm going to chain 2, and I should have 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I messed up my pattern. I'm supposed to skip, right? So we did our 10, chain 2, okay, I was right. I don't know what I was getting. It's one of those days, guys. It's one of those days. Alright, so I singled and chained 2 across my last 5 double crochet shell, single crochet into the next, now chain 2, and half double into the last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 is right there at the end. I don't know what was going on. I just, ugh. Like I said, it's one of those days. I kept reading my pattern that I have written here, and I was like, wait a minute, that's, what? So I'm sorry. Alright, so just half double into these last 10, and that is going to finish up row 4. And into that very last one, rotate your work a little, and you'll see the top. There's 10. Ugh, all right. All right, so now we are going to mark our front. So get a stitch marker, and I want to mark this to where, if you're holding your piece just like this, so the shells that we just made, that's going to be our sleeve, okay? I want the shells, the double crochet of the shells, to be facing up. So you see, double crochets are facing up. That's going to be the front. So I'm going to mark, just run it through the legs of a couple doubles, right, or half doubles right there. Okay, so that's going to always tell me that's the front of my work. All right. Looks like little wings, don't it? All right. Now let's move on to row 5. All right, chain 1 and turn, and we are going to double crochet into that very first double. And now double crochet into the next 9. Nope, nope, nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to skip, oops, I hit my light. We are going to skip all of these single crochet and chain 2s. So just fold your piece. Where am I at here? See that single and then that chain 2? We want to go right into that very, what is that? The first half double. And we're going to double crochet. So I'm skipping all the single and chain 2s at the top of all those shells. We have that single and that last double, chain 2, and then there is the first half double, and we're going to double crochet right into there. All right, now we're going to double crochet into the next 20. Okay, so double crochet into the next 20 stitches, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I should have said was that, you know, you double crochet that one and then double crochet into the next 19 for a total of 20. Sorry about that. I realized that after I got done. But we should have 20 double crochet right here. All right. Now we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. and we're going to come and fold this. We're going to, basically what we're doing is just folding all those shells with the single and the chain twos. Fold them out of the way until we get back to this flat side right here. And get some slack. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we are going to go right after that chain two, right into that very first stitch with a double. 1, and now into the next, should be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the very last one is sideways. So we're just double crocheting into the last 9 for a total of 10 double crochet right there. Split that. Telling you guys. What is going on? I can't crochet today. I keep messing up. There. Alright, so this is what your piece should be looking like. Okay, so who's ready for a round where we don't have to count, don't have to do anything? Ready for a break round, row, whatever. Alright, we're going to do round 6. We're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to single crochet into each stitch. Work a single into your 4 chains, single into each stitch, single into your 4 chains, single into each stitch, okay? And into your chains, I'm just going to jump right to one and show you. See how you can see your side hump right there, and then there's your back humps. Just go right into that side. Just like that. Single crochet right into the side loop of your chain. Alright? Okay, single crochet across all those doubles, the chains, the doubles, the chains, the doubles, and I will meet you at that last double crochet. Okay, so I single crocheted all across there, 1 single in each of those 4 chains, all across here, 1 single in each of those 4 chains, all across. Now I made it to the end. Now let's move on to round 7. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. Oh, dang it. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, so for row 7, we're going to double crochet into that very first double, or very first single. We're going to skip the next, and into the next we're going to work 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to skip 2 and work 5 double into the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, scooch, 5. Skip 2, 5 double into the next. And that's what we're going to repeat across until we get to the until we get to the last 3 singles. That was only 4. Alright, so I want you guys to repeat across this row. Skip 2, 5 double, skip 2, 5 double, skip 2, 5 double, skip 2, 5 double. Repeat that and then stop when you get to the last 3 single crochets, okay? So I will be right back. Okay, so I've worked across row 7 and I have 3 singles left, so we are going to skip 2 and double crochet into that last. Trying to get it to focus. Alright, so that is the end of row 7, sorry. We are going to chain 1 and turn. We're going to start row 8. Okay, so for row 8, we are going to double crochet into that very first double. My yarn doesn't want to slide on my hook. Okay, so double into your first double, and now we're going to double into that next double right there. And now we're going to chain 1, double into the next double. Oop, I forgot to yarn over. Chain 1, double into the next double. And that's what we're going to repeat across the row. Chain 1, double into the next double. Chain 1, double into the next double. Chain 1 and double. Alright, so repeat that across your shells, and I want you to work 1 double into the last double of your shell, into your last shell, okay? And then stop, and I'll meet you there, alright? So double chain 1, double chain 1, double chain 1, all across those shells, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I have worked across my row here, and I've worked the double chain 1, double chain 1, double chain 1. I have 2 doubles left. I worked a double chain 1, so now I'm going to double into the last double of my shell right there, and now I'm going to go straight into the last stitch with a double crochet, just like that. Okay, so that is the end of round 8. We're going to move on to round 9. We're going to chain 1 and turn. And we are going to half double crochet into that very first stitch, the very first double crochet right there. Go in there with a half double crochet, chain 1, and we're going to single crochet into that chain space, chain 3, single crochet into the next chain space, chain 3, single crochet into the next chain space, and that's what we're going to repeat across. Chain 3, single into the chain space, chain 3, single into the chain space. So repeat that across and stop when you get to the last few chain spaces, okay? And I'll meet you there. Okay, so I've worked that across my row 9, and you can see what I have left here. So I've single crocheted here, chain 3, and I'm going to single crochet into this chain 1 space, chain 1, and I'm going to go right into the last stitch with a half double. So that was the end of round 9. So we're going to go to round 10. Flip my notepad. Alright, so round 10. Round 10 is actually the first row. Row 10 is the first row of a 2-row repeat. We're going to repeat just a few times, so pay attention to this round and the next round, okay? Row, not round. Row 10, we're going to half double crochet into that very first stitch, the very first half double. Chain 1 and into the chain 3 with a single. Chain 3, single into the next chain 3. Chain 3, single crochet into the next chain 3. And that's what you're going to repeat across your row, okay? Chain 3, single into the chain 3. Chain 3, single into the chain 3. Repeat that across, and I will meet you guys at the end of row 10. Alright, so I've repeated that across. I've got one more chain 3, so I'm going to single crochet into there. And now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to half double crochet into that last stitch. You can see the top of it right there. We're going to half double crochet into there. Alright, that is the end of row 10. So we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to work row 11. So we're going to half double crochet right back into that stitch. Chain 1, we're going to single crochet into that chain 1 space, chain 3, and then start our single crochet into each chain 3, chain 3, single, chain 3, single, chain 3, single into the chain 3 space. Alright, so you're going to repeat that across, and I'll meet you at the end. Over, where am I at? Over here. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've repeated all the single crochet chain 3 across for row 2 or row 11, and I have a chain 3 left. So I've single crocheted here, chain 3, and now I'm going to single crochet into that last chain 3, chain 1, and I'm going to half double crochet into the very last stitch of the row. Half double crochet into there. Alright, and that is the end of row 11. So, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a homework part. It's a small part. So row 10 and 11, we're going to repeat. Row 12, row 13, row 14, row 15. So we just did 10 and 11. So 12, you're going to repeat row 10, 13, row 11, 14, 10, 15, 11. Alright, so row 12, repeat row 10, row 13, repeat row 11, row 14, repeat row 10, and row 15, repeat row 11. So just rewind the video and I don't know what my deal is today, guys. I can't get my words out at all. Rewind the video and watch row 10 and row 11. Row 10 and row 11. And work until row 15. And I will come back at the end of row 15, okay? You guys got this. If you need any help at all, shoot me an email and I will be more than happy to help, okay? So I will be right back. Okay, so I just finished row 15. I half double crocheted into my last stitch right there. So what you should have now is the front of your dress facing up. And what we're going to do is we're going to fasten off. So after you work that last stitch of row 15, chain 1 and pull up a loop and cut. Weave that, we'll weave that in later. And now what we're going to do, I'm going to lay my dress out. We're going to come all the way without turning it. We want the front to be facing up. We're going to come to the other side and we are going to attach into that first, we're going to attach into that single crochet right there. And the reason we're doing this is so the double crochet shells that we're getting ready to work are facing the front of our dress and not the back. Because after we finished round 15, if we would have chained 1 and turned, all of our double crochets would be facing to the back of the dress, and we don't want that. Alright, so come all the way over here. We're going to attach into that single crochet right there. With a slip stitch. Chain 1 and go right back in there with a single crochet. And now into this chain space, we're going to work 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now single crochet into the next chain space. Now 5 double into the next chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single into the next chain space. And that's what you're going to repeat across row 15, okay? So we singled into that chain 3, 5 double into this chain 3. Single, 5 double, single, 5 double, single, 5 double. Repeat that all across the bottom of row 15, and I will meet you when we get to the end. Be right back. Okay, so I repeated that across the row, and you should come out looking like this. We have 5 double here, and then we would single crochet right there, but I don't want this left unworked, so I'm just going to jump right across that chain into the last chain, work a single, chain 1, pull up a loop, and cut. And that is the bottom part of our apron. We got one more thing that well, 2 actually, we're gonna do, but first I'm gonna pause here. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna get my ends weaved in, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna attach 2 ties on the back so we can tie the back shut. Now you don't have to do that. You can sew buttons on, you can do it however you want to. I just would rather have it to where I can just tie it on. I'm going to have 2 at the top so I can tie together, and then 2 where the skirt part starts and tie together. And then we're going to work, well actually we're going to work a border around the neck. We're just going to work a single crochet border. We're not going to do the crab stitch. And then we'll do the ties. Alright, so I'm going to get all these ends weaved in and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. I've got all those ends weaved in. Look how pretty this little apron is. Alright, well, we can take this out. Alright, so now what we're going to do is turn our dress over so the back is facing us. And I'm going to get a slip knot on my hook. Well, there. Alright, so we are going to attach right into the top well, I shouldn't say the top, right into the bottom of that last stitch right there. So right into the far corner, into the remaining loops of that beginning chain. All right, and I'm going to slip stitch, chain 1, tighten down that slip stitch, and now I'm going to single crochet right back into the remaining loops, and I'm going to single crochet into the remaining loops all the way around, just like we did for the neckline of the dress. Alright, now into the chains where we've got 3 of them, I'm just going to go right into the top of that with 1. And then keep working along. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys finish this. And I'm going to get mine done off camera. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm coming around. I've got a few more to work into right here. And as I was working this, I decided what I'm going to do is actually use the tail from the beginning of this neckline that I just started and the end as my first tie. Alright, so I just worked right into that last one in there. I've got one more chain I'm going to go into on the side right here. Right like that, with a single crochet. Now I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to pull up a longer tail, and I'm going to use this tail and then the tail from the beginning as my first set of ties. Right like that on the back. How easy was that? Alright, so now for the second set of ties, what I'm going to do, see the row of single crochet we worked before we worked the doubles right there? I'm going to pull out, about a 1-foot long piece, and I'm going to weave it onto my needle, or thread my needle, whatever you call it. And I'm going to weave in a piece right through the legs of these singles. And I'm going to do several of them so it doesn't come out. I'm going to leave a piece about 7, 8, 9 inches right there. And I'm just going to weave in the rest of this. And that will not come out. It will, like if it's jerked on really hard, it still won't come out. What it'll do is it'll just shift the stitches a little bit. But it will not come out. Get in there. There we go. Just like that. Now I'm going to cut this remaining piece. And there's my second tie. So watch. See, I'm pulling, pulling, pulling. The only thing that would probably happen is the yarn snap. Alright, now I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. Go through the legs of these singles. Leave a little bit more. There we go. It's a good length. Alright, now just finish weaving this in. one more time back this way. Oh. And cut. Give it a tug. Not going anywhere. And then I'm going to tie it. And if I need to trim it, the tie, so yeah, I can trim that down a little bit. But right there. And there we go. There's our apron. It's so cute. All right. So since we just did that, let's go ahead and do the same thing on our dress. So I've got my first one already done right there. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that again. Let's see, so I've got one at the top. So I'm going to do two more. I'm going to do one right here and then one down here. And you definitely do not have to do these ties. You can do buttons, you can do hook and eye closure, you can do this little magnetic, well, I don't know if I'd necessarily do the magnetic snaps, but you know, you can use whatever you want to use. I just like doing this because one, it's easier. Two, if your dress is slightly bigger, this will help with it fitting better. And then on the opposite side of that, if this is slightly, your dress is slightly tighter, you can always just leave the back open a little bit and tie the bow looser. Give that a good tug. That's not going anywhere. Cut the slack. That might be enough to go ahead and just do on the other side. Maybe not. No, it's not. Don't do that. Cut me another long piece. And remember, if these pieces are too long, we can just trim them after you tie the bow. So I'm going to go straight across right there. I wasn't on camera, sorry. Make sure you got a good length. One more time, back this way. There we go. And cut. Give that a pull. Tie it. Trim that. Alright, I'm going to do one more down here at the bottom. So, I have several siblings, and I have two stepsisters. And one of my stepsisters, almost a year ago, had a little boy. And my other stepsister, make sure I got a good length. My other stepsister announced to all of us the other day that she and her husband are pregnant. Again, she has two boys, so fingers are crossed that the baby is going to be born healthy and all 10 toes and 10 fingers. But Aunt Lana is not going to hide that she hopes it's a baby girl. We need another baby girl because my the other stepsister had a baby boy, and his name is Scott. I'll call him Scotty. He is, where is the other side? Right there? He is absolutely adorable. Aunt Lana loves him. And he has an older sister. Aunt Lana loves her, but I'm ready for a baby girl. Years ago, my stepmom's mom told my stepsister that's pregnant now that she is going to only have boys, and she's already got 2 boys. So it'd be kind of scary if she has another boy. I think she finds out September. Sometime in September she'll find out what sex it is. I don't remember. But like I said, I will be happy with as long as he or she is perfectly healthy and has all of their digits. Either way. Alright. So I'm going to tie that together. Trim that one up just a tad bit. There we go. Didn't mean to bump that. Alright, so now I'm going to put the apron on the dress. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, flip that over, tie the apron. Oh, I'm so happy with this. This is adorable. Look at that. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here for part 2. In the description box, I'm gonna have links to part 1, and I'm gonna have a link to part 3, where we are going to make a bonnet and the booties, little baby booties. Then also I'm gonna have a link for the matching baby blanket and pillow set to go with your dress. Alright, so subscribe if you haven't, so you guys don't miss what's next from me. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed my tutorial and all my little mistakes. I don't know what my problem was today. I could not get my words out. Ugh. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And then also in the description box, there are going to be links for my Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Follow me, tag me, whatever you do on there, and show me your gorgeous creations with my little dress here. Alright guys, you guys are the greatest. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.